Hello everyone, Theme Park Tracker here with another West Coast Racers construction update over at Six Flags Magic Mountain. There has been some more additions since the last update and the project is really starting to come together. Before we take a look at the site, we have a new delivery in the overflow parking lot, and that is what I believe to be the power boxes for the new coaster. These can also easily be seen underneath full throttle where the train makes the left turn into the station. The power boxes will support and regulate the power necessary for this coaster, especially the 4 launches that are within the ride. Taking a look at the site from Samurai Summit Walkway, we get a really neat view of the coaster as it rises up above the Ninja track. The white and yellow track has extended all the way over to the yet-to-be-completed left half of the figure 8 structure. Also, supports have been installed that will guide the track into the figure 8 from the 2nd and 4th launches. I imagine that the left side is going to have the same dense support structure as the right, just like the rendering. On the portion that goes over the walkway by the go-karts, there hasn't been too much change. When West Coast Racers eventually opens, it's going to be really neat walking underneath the track here and watching the trains fly above. This is going to be one of those rides that people are going to stop and watch what's going on. The racing element of a coaster is very rare, especially being this close. Hopefully, there's lots of seating and shade for guests to enjoy this unique attraction going up in the park. It's similar to driving up towards the parking booths and seeing X2 on your left with the train running. Just about all the cars slow down and watch the ride traverse the course. Or parking your car and seeing Goliath, Twisted Colossus, Superman, Scream, and other rides as you get out of your car. It's a very exciting sight, and this coaster is going to have a similar effect no matter which direction you come from, whether it be from the go-karts or slingshot entrance. Seeing the track above you and the trains racing each other is going to be amazing, especially if the park can pull off the racing like they advertised, where the course train won't hit the 3rd launch until the station train is all loaded up and dispatched. Speaking of the station, there hasn't been any noticeable work towards it. The track hasn't even been connected to the launches and the brake runs, so I imagine we got a couple more weeks left until we see some vertical construction towards it. Heading up to the sky, we got an amazing look at the entire West Coast Racers area thanks to some aerial footage that was sent into the channel. The bulk of the supports for this ride are going to be over the go-karts and this unused piece of land to the left of the wooden coaster Apocalypse. At this angle, you can get an even better look at the density of the figure 8 support structure. It's crazy the amount of supports that are needed for this portion alone, but I guess there are essentially 2 track layouts sharing the same supports here. Because of this new coaster, I might have to pay for a ride on the go-karts to see what it's like driving underneath the new ride when the trains are flying above. And over by Apocalypse, there is nothing new to report since the last update. It seems like the renovations on Apocalypse are done, and it's just waiting for the new area to open. It's possible but highly unlikely that the park will open Apocalypse before the opening of West Coast Racers, but again, that's unlikely as there's little reason for it and they wouldn't want to spoil the new area entirely. Soaring near the overflow parking lots is the remaining track and supports that have all been condensed into one parking lot. Believe it or not, the park is still getting shipments of track. Now it looks like most of it has arrived, but we'll have to wait and see if they get more. The park has been receiving ride pieces since February, and we still don't know if all of it has arrived. Looking at the previous aerial shot, the park still needs to complete the figure 8 portion and add track to the supports that are to the left of Slingshot. The park is making progress. Yes, it is taking a long time, and the summer deadline will most likely be missed. However, this is Southern California, where all the major theme parks are open every day of the year. They can still open this thing for other big crowd weeks like Labor Day weekend, Fright Fest, Veterans Day, or even the holiday weeks at the end of the year. Finally, here's some quick updates from around the park. The games area now has the hang time game found at Knott's Berry Farm where you have to hang on a bar for 2 minutes. And they have this game where you launch poop emoji toys into a toilet bowl using a hammer and catapult. It's great to see the park changing up the lineup of games offered. These 2 new games replace the quarter toss onto a glass plate. And in front of the Golden Bear Theater, they have dug up a walkway for some kind of maintenance work. This is probably nothing major, but thought I'd point it out. They could be fixing pipes or even prepping the area for something new. We'll have to wait and see. One of the most exciting things in the park outside of West Coast Racers is over in the parking lot. More specifically, the second lot after the picnic area, where they have repainted the parking lines. Before, they were hardly visible, combined with all the cracked pavement that is there. Well, that does it for this West Coast Racers and Mini Park update. Thank you for watching, and please comment your thoughts down below.